Hey guys, Vincent Giallo here with my good buddy, the Shatsu Shaman here today. All the Halloween hullabaloo going on. Everybody's Halloween this, Halloween that.
Yep.
These other guys are kind of falling by the wayside for now. Sorry, Freddie. Sorry, Jason. So we thought, hey, we were chatting, and I was watching Halloween 4 the other night, and I was watching Halloween 5 last night, and then he said, oh, I watched Halloween 4 and 5.
I did.
I'm like, let's do a little review on that. Just a little recap, little refresher, little taster, see how we feel about it, looking back, from maybe what we thought originally to the way it is today. And we'll just show a couple of the VHS and some DVDs, some collectible tins and stuff like that too. So I guess kicking off part 4, what was your general impression? I mean, you hadn't seen it for a while, and obviously you probably saw it in the theater back in the day, and then seeing it again, is it as good as you remember? Because these movies were amazing back then. At least
back then, they were all there was, and yeah, oh my God, they were amazing. Now that you have a little critical eye looking back, and I watched these actually getting ready to watch the new Halloween, just for that whole canon.
Yeah.
My thoughts on Halloween 4 are, it had potential to be really awesome, really awesome.
Yep.
But I felt that they kind of took away from the essence of what Michael Myers is to me. Just a menacing...
That's where it started.
That's where it started.
Part 4, yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of my thought. I miss the menacing, stalking Myers. And you didn't know why he was killing. And that was kind of the scary part. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Just, it's Halloween night and all of a sudden there's this killer on the loose. I find when you give too much reason behind it, it kind of waters things down a little bit.
I agree. I agree. And I think it started right at the beginning when he's in the ambulance and he's gouges that guy's eye or his face. He starts killing these guys, and it just I don't know. He had to escape. There had to be a way to do it, but it just kind of started from there, and it didn't really let up. There wasn't a lot of stalking, like you said. He was just he's in the ambulance. Okay, maybe that, like I said, that kind of had to be portrayed that way. But he just kind of appeared towards the latter half of the movie. Well, even like when he was in the that electrician guy, the electrical scene where he just throws the guy up into the thing there.
Yep.
Why was he there? What was he doing that for? There was a brief scene where he kind of was approaching them and kind of stalked them, but there wasn't a lot of him hunting people, and he was killing random people, like the mechanic, with the thing, and just I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically,
well, it's not as Myers is a smart killer.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk. I mean, that's part of his nuance is that he doesn't talk. It's just this silent killer who's thinking all the time. And I found with 4 and 5 he was more of, I don't know, like a madman on the loose. I don't know, he is, but that's not
it kind of, yeah.
It didn't have that thinking process that I think that Myers does, because he's always picking people out.
Calculated and very measured.
Calculated. Thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word.
Measured, and there he was just, like you said, he was throwing random guys up in there and
for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you notice, a lot of the times when he kills his male victims, it's pretty quick and just to get him out of the way, but he plays usually with the female victims a little bit more. Again, in this, you really couldn't tell the difference. That's what I've kind of picked up.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And
they kind of changed the whole demeanor of Michael.
Yeah, they did.
Right?
And from there, it just seemed to get kind of progressively worse as you went along.
Well, especially when they introduced this whole cult of Thorn.
Yep.
The Curse of Thorn, I think they call it. Where did that come from?
Yeah, well, maybe we should discuss that next, part 5, when we do that, because that's kind of where they really grabbed hold of that, and they wouldn't let that whole concept go.
Exactly. That's where it took a big turn. I think 4 was still kind of the middle ground between old Michael.
Yeah. And it was a transitional phase for Michael Myers.
Correct.
No question about it.
Right.
And even in the movie, you're kind of like, are they going this way, or are they going that way? And it's almost like they didn't even know either. Like the second half was in the house, and he was kind of, creeping around the house, killing the couple people that he did kill. And it kind of reminded me of the first one. He's like in this enclosed environment where people can't really escape, and he's picking people off. But when he's just roaming around the countryside, killing mechanics and throwing guys up into the thing, and
Sometimes in broad daylight.
I don't know.
I don't know. I got a call. I got to call it on that. I don't know.
And the other thing, guys, quickly is the mask. Okay, there's a great look at that. The shape. There he is, part 4, right? Or is he? What is that?
I almost spit my coffee out when I saw that.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So here's a little Halloween Anchor Bay collector's tin they put out for part 4. There's a VHS. Again, there's the back. The same mask, looks good, but for whatever reason, he had this really goofy mask in part 4.
It was horrendous. The hair was terrible.
And when he bends over, sometimes you see the mask squishing.
It didn't fit.
You know?
Not scary, folks. Not scary.
You know, hats off to George Wilbur who played the shape in that one. You know, he did the best he could do. He did a good job, but
He did a good job.
But you know, we didn't see a lot of him stalking and going around, so you know that we kind of missed out. I think
More Michael.
Yeah.
Too much character development of characters. Again, building up possibly Jamie as being the new Michael, because how far could they stretch Michael out? And he's already been burned, you know, shot in the eye twice. You know, So I suspect that they were trying to hope that this arc with Jamie was gonna to become this new Michael killer.
No, I agree 100%. You know, so you know, Halloween 5.
Halloween 5.
You know, at the time, you know, you're this innocent kid watching this in theater. You're like, wow, this is great. You know, you just gobble it up.
Yep.
You know, digesting it for 30 years or whatever, 28 years. Would I do the same thing if I was the director? Probably not. But back then I might have. I don't know. But the thing that really bothers me about this movie is these two cops. Like these two goofy guys, like I'm like, I felt like these were the two guys from like Smokey and the Bandit, the two troopers brought in for this movie.
Yep.
Like this comedic. It didn't work. I don't know why they were there. It was really, really, really stupid. I found that really, really upsetting.
I think it was a comedy break. I think it was one of those comedy breaks.
Yeah.
They're just trying to,
we've never seen that before, and it was an interesting, maybe it was the
Right.
director's thing, he thought he'd give that a shot.
Mhm.
That's something that always stuck out for me was kind of, But the one thing I did think about this movie was and this is the reason I liked it, there were some jump scares.
It's true.
And they weren't like, the jump scares in the new movie, which kind of like I talked about, like it was a bang, and there's this explosion, a knife going into a guy, like, you know. But he would appear, and there'd be these jump scares, and like Jamie running through down in the bowels of that care center she was in.
That was an excellent scene.
And the sheets and stuff, and the
That was a
hand,
good scene.
stuff like that, and her, and inside the laundry chute, and things like. I like that, and I found
more of that.
More of that.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
More.
That
of
was that was actually a very frightening scene. That like reminiscent of old Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very much so.
For sure, and even him in the farmhouse there when he's picking off, those characters there that are out in the barn. Or whatever,
yes.
And the kittens are there,
Yep.
and there's that Amy Locane, beautiful blonde girl lookalike. Man, that chick was hot, back in the day. But like that kind of stuff. Like he was in there, and and then the goofy, her boyfriend kind of had the same mask. I mean, there's, that
right.
same old thing they kind of play off once in a while. But he was in the shadows there, and a little bit of stalking. And he's there and stuff. And one thing I did notice is when he comes at her with that scythe or whatever, like,
Yep.
I just picked this up without even pausing it the other night, and then I rewatched it. It's definitely there. He goes like this. The blood hits his mask and his jumpsuit before he actually makes contact with her. So I don't know how that happens, but kind of funny. But there was some more scares in that movie I thought than 4, and I really enjoyed that portion of it. But is it tainted by those guys with the boots? Maybe a little. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole arc that went somewhere different with these druids, and I don't know. It's trying to make a reason behind Michael, and there is no reason. It's like Loomis says. There's no reason. He's evil.
Yeah, he's
Strict trying to make a reason about it.
Yeah.
Just let him be evil. Let Michael be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think even with a new film, not to get into too much, but even that they're still kind of explaining a little more than they probably needed to. And
I thought so as well.
I still want that original Myers. I don't know if we're ever gonna get him.
No, that was in the first movie.
Yeah.
That's where it is. That's
Yeah.
where it's going to stay.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And then a little shout out to 2. I know we both like 2. I'd love to.
Love to.
Lots of slow stalking, you know, guys just walking
2 was
up and-
great.
up and down the stairs, coming at you with a scalpel.
Should have ended it there, actually.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That was flawless.
So here's another collectible tin. This is a Halloween 5 tin. There's 15,000 of these made and 40,000 of the original Part 4. So I'm guessing they didn't sell a lot. So there's probably a lot of those Part 4 tins, guys, kicking around out there. You know, I can't even imagine 40,000 people buying these, but I know I bought my copy here. So there's 5, and these had a little booklet inside as well. Actually, sorry, got too much stuff here. You know, a little booklet, and you know, for back in the day, 2001, or whenever these came out, like this, you know, there wasn't a lot of stuff around back then, right? Guys, nowadays there's all kinds of stuff, and you know, books, and shit. They even got like novels and just all kinds of like magazines, all kinds of stuff. You know, like hard goods. You know, not just action figures, but like just collectible stuff is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
And back then, you know, that was cool to have that little booklet. You know, somehow
Back then, yeah, exactly. This you couldn't get like Tom McFarlane, like or Todd McFarlane,
Yeah.
action figures.
So true.
Back in the day, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, so true.
And I guess the other thing too, guys, is the mask. Now, I mean, is the 4 mask better or worse than 5? That's a tough call. But like, you know, on this artwork here, great. I love this cover. I mean, that mask, but that is not the mask that he's wearing in the film.
Nope.
And so I don't know what that is. And here's another Anchor Bay VHS. This is a clamshell. Of course, Fox put these out as well before these were released back in the late 80s. You can get the Fox VHS. Kind of cool. But anyways, that's that, guys, in a nutshell. That's Halloween 4 and 5. That's our take on it. For some reason, if you haven't seen these movies, you can pick them up, you know, on Amazon, or you can get the 10-disc collector's set. So it's got all the movies on there from 1 to 10 or however many there are, including the 2 Rob Zombies are on there.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this isn't the deluxe. The deluxe one's a little more. It comes with the producer's cut of Halloween, but I also bought that Blu-ray a couple of years ago, so I didn't really need it. I probably didn't even need that set because I actually have all the other Blu-rays individually as well. So pick those up, guys. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks to the Shiatsu Shaman for coming on today. Please give us a thumbs up, and if you can subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.